Yeah, what's good, everyone? Glad to be here once again. This is Kev, and please hit that like button on the way in, whether you are watching this live or you are part of the replay gang. Uh, Welcome to the Smoke Show Sundays, a smoke show that has been going on for over a year. I don't, I probably hunt down. If I'd have thought about it earlier, I would have hunted down the date of the first smoke show. Uh, Yes. Yeah, we'll see if we get some smoke here tonight. Uh, Looked like we could have got some last week, but uh, one person showed up to give another smoke, and the other didn't show up, but made comments in the comment section after the show went off the air. So yeah, at least that person responded. So we'll see what happens tonight. We'll see what happens tonight. Just got on the air pretty late again. Mm. You never want to display weakness. You never want to display weakness in front of your crowd, your audience. But and I don't want you guys to believe that, or that this is me somehow having pity on myself or seeking pity or anything like that. I'm just stating the obvious. You know, I don't really know if I'm the smoke show type. I don't know. You know, it's I could say, for it's for a multitude of reasons. Um this type of concept was heavily fought against, in a couple of other spaces. I mean, with commentary directed toward me, commentary that I was advised by others to ignore. I mean, and I consider those guys cool, but you know what, guys? You guys, as far as like they're content creators, but as far as your numbers, and I'm really careful when I say stuff like this, and I'll tell you why. As far as your numbers, you guys are doing better than me. So, a couple of these guys don't necessarily ignore people, and they tell me to ignore people, and I haven't exactly ignored people, but it's a tough time trying to get people to respond. Not really sure why that happens, but you know, but I'm an elephant in the room guy. I'm an elephant in the room guy, and before anyone else says it, because they will, if they really wanted to be petty and hate, um, I'll say it. I'll acknowledge it. I will, you know, keep it real. I will keep it 100, and I will be brutally honest. Uh, like I said, I don't seek pity when I say things like this. And this is no slight to anybody who watches, because, sometimes when people say what I'm about to say, it comes off as whiny. And I don't want to come off as whiny. I mean, the lesser of us will say that's what it is. And I'll say harsh words for those types of people later or whenever they show up. But I'll just go ahead and say this. The numbers are down. My numbers have been down. It's I don't know. It's like this channel has a reset button that I can't control. And I understand it's connected to certain events, certain happenings and such. Yeah. But but at the same time, it is what it is. Whatever happened, whatever, you know, whatever were the causes or the factors. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And people watching, those are you guys are the most important in all of this. I know you noticed. I mean, it doesn't keep you from being here. Thank you for that. But I know you noticed, and I mean, like I said again, let's be brutally honest. People look at you as the content creator who is good when you are doing numbers. No nobody will, people who do numbers in this space. I mean, as far as, you know, my panel participation, that's been down as well. Yeah. Not to say that I need those guys over here. Oh, please come over here, help me with my numbers, blah, blah, blah. So let's get that straight. Also, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I want to be friends with people. I haven't been that guy since I was like 5 years old. Yeah, but I want to be truthful to you guys. That's what it is. That's what's very important to me for everyone who listens, um and for everyone who who are content creators that listen as well, that do numbers, because those guys are in the clouds till for some of them till numbers happen. When numbers happen, you'll see them, and that's no slight to them. They got their own thing going on, but I don't know. The reason why I'm saying all this is because these people remain anonymous. There are still people mentioning me, despite the fact of everything of what I was saying was going on. There are people still mentioning me. I am getting messages. Not that I'm trying to ingratiate myself to make you guys believe that people are thinking about me beyond me doing these shows, or not even that. But there are people that mention me casually. There's even one person that has taken credit for the numbers being down, saying that they killed my channel. That happened. Just, man, I'm like I said, I'm not gonna give this person any public attention. Haters are gonna hate, potatoes are gonna potate. That's just how it is in life. And to those people, if my channel is dead and you felt like that I was important enough to mention, the channel's not that dead, is it? It isn't. It's just that I understand that by doing these kinds of numbers, that I do feel as if I'm letting everyone down, regardless of whoever thought they did what. Let me tell you something. I did that more so than anyone else could. So the only thing I can do is promise you guys to keep trying. Again, although I call this a smoke show, it's not really a smoke show. It's not really a smoke show. People don't come here. In fact, I discovered that a couple guys that came here when there was smoke are very fucking sensitive. And that's what it boils down to. Men are supposed to be rough around the edges. We're supposed to be able to convey our thoughts, not just to women, which I have no problem with, but to other men as well. Someone who can match our strength, our prowess, our intellect. You know, make it, between men sort of a mild vocal competition. And also, there are a bunch of complaints, in particular about the space. That was my vision for this show, for those people to come here and explain it to someone who has a different point of view and who wouldn't mind going back and forth about it for a little bit. That's what it was. I mean, instead of, from your channel calling a bunch of people you really don't know bitch niggas all the time, I just wanted to hear you say it here so we can start the process of healing and working things out. But people don't want to heal. People want to be petty. People want to troll. People want to become something they could not become in their real lives. There's a whole big old world out there. There are at least 1 million people that can make everyone forget your existence out of several billion people on this planet. I'm quite sure some talents are never realized. Out of several billion people, that is a possibility. Not giving up is the best way to combat that if that's what a person really wants. To not get lost in the sauce, as they say, to rise above, to be what you always wanted to be at damn near 50 years old. I mean, as long as you're living and breathing, you still got position. It's up to you what position you want. Yes, this is my birthday week. And again, like I've been doing for the past, what, 30 years, just sit back and reflect on my life. See what I'm doing better this year than I did last year. Set some goals for the next year. Or scoff at myself for not making the progress I wanted to make, but not seeing it as such a mistake that I can't continue. I'm obviously breathing still for a reason. And I'm one of those people that I don't want to believe that there are just so many more people, especially in this space, that are better than me. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be something else. If I'm going to be here, if I'm going to be here. So, in order for me to do that, I have to ignore horrible comments and people thinking about me when I'm not thinking about them. I have to ignore that. The content creators that advise me not to say anything that do better numbers, hey, they're right. Even though one content creator clearly responds when people say stuff to him, he tells me to ignore it. I like to have fun with dumbass people though. Even if they're successful, even if they're doing stuff with their lives, if they're dumb, they're dumb. It doesn't make a goddamn difference. A dumb broke motherfucker and a dumb successful motherfucker, those are just two dumb motherfuckers. So I don't see it as something that, I just spend my time on or just trying to go back and forth and feuding with an idiot that believes that they're better than me. So they say little stuff. They want to start a little mocking war or whatever. people remember, for whoever watches, that I told myself that I was going to act like a grown up. And I guess acting like a grown up is not having a smoke show. But I'm not going to quit this smoke show. I'm not going to quit YouTube. I'm not going to do it. Now, if I get banned from YouTube, that's a different story. But, I don't dabble in extremism. Speaking of extremism, did they try to? And I haven't seen anything on this. All I'm seeing is little reports here and there. Did they try to assassinate Trump again? Somebody out there wants that man to be president. That's all I'm gonna say. We can discuss it further, but I'm not finished with my little rant yet. I'm not giving up, no matter how bad the numbers get, because the numbers are great when the people who are watching right now are here. So for all you little hating motherfuckers out there, hey, I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. That was so fucking cliche. Oh boy. It's like what I just did was like when you go see a movie and people bust out laughing at a certain scene, and that would be cool if that very scene wasn't in the commercial in the trailer. Uh just showing just a small example of showing you how people can be easily manipulated and programmed into a certain way of thinking. Only a few of us can see it. But what I just said was cliche. But the message still stands. I'm not going away. Well, a ban from YouTube and death, of course. I mean, those are the two obvious ways. But outside of that, no, not no little petty ass nigga that doesn't realize how great their lives are. That they got to come up to YouTube and come out to let me. Don't do that. Anyway, let me do this real quick. Let me go through these comments. All right, got RPM. What's good? Feel Brand. RPM, the early bird. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shoot. Yeah. RPM was always gonna roll. His presence matter. He's one of the real ones. All right, who else we got in here? We got Phil Brad. What's good? Indigo Flow. Shadow Star Games. Okay. All right. The numbers game on YouTube. Physical anyway. I personally keep trucking at any cost. First home, bro. That's what we do, man. Southpaw 2K1. But since there are folks that are hating, I just want to let people know what my position is. That's it. It ain't got to be about beefing with certain people. If they want to beef with me, just hey, I mean, that's cool. Just come to the smoke show and say what you gotta say. Well, outside of that, I'll continue to do shit my way. They continue to do theirs. Just whatever. Dude. Hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power. What is good? Oh yeah, my birthday is Saturday coming up. I'm gonna do a birthday show. I'll probably go get some beer. Oh well, hey, I gotta mess with you, bro. Look what the cat dragged in. I haven't seen this guy in, I think it's months at this point. But what's good, Weather? I'm glad to see that you're still alive. He said, Kev, you should leave this space behind. You outgrew this space a while ago. This space is dying. A message, this channel sins will always be alive. Hey, you know what, Weather? I mean, I'm not gonna be like some kind of guy that is it like one of these guys that can say that I've gotten some, I've got some things from this space, and now that I've gotten what I've needed to get, I'm on Vamu split. No, this is the inevitability of how things. What you're saying right now is the inevitability of how things are going to end up. Anyway, you haven't been around in a while. I don't know if you've heard some of the stuff I've been saying for the past few weeks, but some things have changed. Yeah. some things have changed. Yeah, it has been a long time, Hybrid. It has been. Grown ups don't run from the smoke. Uh, I mean, it. I would probably, what I probably would have to do is I probably have to call them out directly or go to channels and fuck with them where they hang out at. But I don't too much care for that shit, man. It's just like these guys have been saying this shit, not specifically about me in particular. I mean, they've said quite a few things, but they've been saying shit about this space and black men being on these platforms in general for a long time. And I mean, like is they the broads will say it, like they're being victimized by words somehow. And then somehow that has transitioned to a lot of the guys. You know, I mean, some of these guys ain't seen a round tit in a while, and is these motherfuckers just they come up here and golly geez, gosh darn, what are these black men saying about this stuff and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go to their spaces and fuck with them. They're not gonna come over here because in their own conceited little way, they believe they'll be helping this channel by doing that. And the last thing that a lot of these guys want to do is help this channel. And I'm the one that has to help this channel. Shoot. And it ain't like they're helping. I mean, it's just like if you're going to act like a bitch about grown men without really like all those weirdos over there, blah, blah, blah. And, there's a couple females around, so I have to say this in front of them. That's why most of them guys do that anyway. So, I mean, it's their prerogative, man. If they want to step into the shoes of a cuckold, then hey, there's nothing that I want to do about that, except for display a real man around their broads and their mothers and their aunties and their sisters and such. You can look, but you can't touch. That's all I gotta say. But ladies, but I mean, since there are some men that can't provide that look and that image to the women around them because they want to act like a cuckold on social media, then that's on them. That's not on me to try to change them. What do I look like trying to convince black men that they too can have a spine? And I'm not just talking about, you talking about women, because that's how all of that shit goes. Yeah, I'm talking about women and all the other shit. Niggas had Kleenexes and shit typing in their goddamn smartphones. Those niggas, like, come on, man. Another assassination attempt. Yep, they tried to hit him again at a golf course. And see, some people are not going to want to hear, when I say this, but this is what happens when you stoke so much fear into the public eye, because you don't want, you don't want a clean fight when it comes to politics. Politics is never a clean fight. But the Democratic Party has stoked so much fear about Trump, like it's just going to be the apocalypse if he gets reelected. I've actually heard a couple people say slavery is coming back. The KKK and all the racist groups in the world love Trump, and Russia and China. People, let me tell you something. People will complain about Trump shutting himself off from certain nations, but will make fun of him about being down with Russia and China. And I'm like, well, who are the two most powerful nations outside of the United States? But y'all know where I'm going with that. You don't want to be an isolation country, but you want to make fun of Russia and China. All right. Okay. And this, and we can go through the motions about every time you bring up something about the Democratic Party, somebody has to bring up Trump. It's that's the argument. That it will always be the argument. It's just that you bring up, like I said, you say something about Joe Biden, but Trump, and they fired at this man again. Like, come on now. It's like, man, and who was it this time? Another AWM. Shoot. Somebody had an AK in the bushes and jumped out on him. Oh, okay. Oh God. Dude is already in the winners of his life. Yeah, he old. He old. I mean, he's not going to be as long for this earth as some of us are. I mean, not to say that. I mean, some people, when they close their eyes tonight, they're not going to ever open them again. So that's pretty obvious. But Trump is 78 years old. I mean, it's a pretty good chance that 30 years from now, there'll be no more Donald Trump. All right. We can't talk about the Trump incident unless you want the plan to go on Rumble and Patreon full time. Yeah. Their sponsors, well, Dunkin' Donuts already has publicly pulled their advertising from Rumble. So they don't want platforms like that to gain momentum. And so, yeah, and I am very careful about, mentioning certain topics because YouTube has warned content creators not to do that or their channels can get demonetized. Like, don't mention certain things like, that country that begins with a U, and, don't mention, the I word and, the small hats. I mean, all of that can get you deplatformed. So they do warn you about that. So you're right. We have to be very careful about what we mention, and a lot of Trump speak too. If you got to be careful about how you talk about Donald Trump, and the same people that are implementing these types of these types of policies and sanctions are the very people who are complaining that their democracy is going to be taken away. And they want to shut people up, but then they talking about they fighting for freedom. Wow. Very fucking funny. This space is not dying. Certain channels will continue growing. Yeah, certain channels. What's that song in the background? Cain and Abel, Better Kill Me. Well, Better Kill Me. Came out in 97, I believe. 96 and 97. This is the instrumental. Yeah. And if YouTube hears enough of it in succession, yeah, they will hit me for it. The peak of this space was 2017 to 2020. It's not the same anymore. What's good? What I saw in this space, O'Shea was still pretty much integrated into space around that time. But certain channels did start to make a come up. I entered the fray in 2018. I've been doing shows, pre-record videos for a while. I did shorts for a little while, but shorts just aren't shorts anymore. Maybe I should start that up again, just see what happens, revamping on this channel. But we got 18 watching. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button or hit that dislike button. And fact, let me check my likes anyway. Oh, okay. I got the one dislike, y'all. The serial disliker that showed up. All right. I thank you. Yeah, Andre 420 in the building. Uh, shoot. When I get okay, let's okay. What we got here? Where is it? Where there it is.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze. Damn.
All right. All right. This space is needed for black men in society that pushes feminism and the degradation of black men. Yeah. That kind of stuff is okay, but I would say more so arm ourselves mentally and continue to move the needle as far as our own lives as individuals, because we have to understand as black men that not all black men are on board. Uh, there are some that would rather stick with the status quo. There are some very submissive type men that are attack dogs to black men speak against black men speaking freely, and also you do have those dick police. Although the question has been raised about our presidential candidate being with a white person and being able to go in the White House and be acknowledged as a black person. So how is this even, how is that not hypocrisy based on what our people have displayed in the past? So it is what it is. Slavery is here takes it a Democrat. But you know what though? I had a content creator with a bigger audience tell his audience that all I do is talk about hoes 24/7. He said it just like a bitch would. They hear one thing about a woman is all y'all do is talk about women 24/7, 365. Yes, I like to look at a nice pair of boobies every now and again. I ain't gotta squeeze them or nothing like that. But hey, yeah, we can talk about women. We can tell you how beautiful women are all day. That's talking about women. Shit. Hey, we can also talk about how some of these ratchet ass chicks be making fools out of themselves in public. Shit, this is social media. There are plenty of viral moments that got chicks making fools out of themselves, and guys are covering it and shit, and they do numbers, and some of you guys are pissed off about that. I'm not pissed off about it. I think it's excellent content strategy. Any black man that can crack the code in spaces like this should get the support of other black men. But since overwhelming majority of us are simps that are gonna go down to those polls and press that button for scandal, scandal in real life. No, I don't know. Check that voting box for not getting a damn thing. Because, like I said last night, I'm sick and tired of seeing black people disrespect black people over the Democratic Party. Because some black people are finally starting to figure it out. Waffy Nino, what's good? Narratives and Dialogues is in the building. No freedom of speech, acting as if people will perish from getting offended when certain topics are discussed. Look, here's what happened, man. Like, some kids, there were certain reports that were blown up to epic proportions, like of a few kids, for whatever reason, decided to delete themselves. And my condolences to the families that had to go through this. But Fear Campaign attributed that to the internet. So that's why they got such, stringent guidelines on a lot of these websites, because they will cite bullying as the cause of these kids harming themselves like this. Even the alphabet community, they made a couple plays on that. So that's why. That's why they're able to compromise freedom of speech. They use that reasoning. And my thing is, and I don't mean to sound cruel and harsh, but this is supposed to be some brutal speak. I mean, shoot, you can answer words with words. I know, in far as the children goes, in those few cases, like children, no child should have to go through, you know, having the feeling of giving up hope. Like, how does that even happen? But for insecure adults to use that to, um, you know, quail freedom of speech is disingenuous and bullying within itself. So I'll say that. Party at a party without dislike. You know that shit real. I pulled me a fine big butt British chick today at work. Excellent. So proud of you, man. Get some Netflix and chill in, bro. Get some Netflix and chill time in, bro. Proud of you. Smack it for me a couple times. Yeah, man. Or, play some Scrabble. You know what I'm saying? Play some chess. Have some intellectual conversation. Shoot, you can do that too, man. Art the stall was good, my brother. Whoa, prize pick spread just dropped. Up 200. Oh, yeah, in Randy Savage voice. Oh, ooh, yeah. Yeah, man. Did you hear about Tito Jackson? Oh, whoa. No, I didn't. What happened with Tito? What's going on with Tito Jackson? Come on, man. Don't tell me Tito Jackson, man. Oh, it is, man. Rest in peace to Tito Jackson, man. Tito Jackson was 70 years old. James Earl Jones, Frankie Beverly, Tito Jackson. I remember when in Living Color when Jamie Foxx did Tito Jackson, like treating Tito like the obscure Jackson. He was the guitarist of the group, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man, that's bad. That's horrible. He's with his brother Michael, making plans to get the band back together when they all transition. So rest in peace to Tito. Oh God. They also say video games led kids to violence. That's like, it's bad parenting. That's like when black folks blame rap music for how the boys are. It's bad parenting. That's the dumbest shit ever. It's bad parenting. Like, I played Deadpool the other day. I want to go cut some motherfucking heads off and use different kinds of guns and, break the fourth wall. Man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, R.I.P. Tito Jackson, man. I mean, I was on that Victory album, that Jackson 5 Victory album, and that song. What's that name of that song? Can You Feel It? When Tito was doing the guitar riff. I mean, just like at the time, that video, Can You Feel It? That Can You Feel It? Can You Feel It? That was the most epic music video to me. I used to look like, I remember Nickelodeon used to show it during their commercial breaks, like the whole video. It was either Nickelodeon or another channel. I don't know. I think it was Nickelodeon. But every time that video used to come on, I was like, yeah. Tito Jackson was featured in that video. Yeah, so, I mean, I played a lot of violent video games and still haven't committed illegal acts in real life. Yeah, I'm planning on get Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I know I can't do a Kamehameha. I know I can't do a death ball and blow up the planet. You guys are idiots. Not the people watching, but people who imply. But damn, R.I.P. Tito Jackson, man. Yeah, like I said, we lost 3 this week. Frankie Beverly, James Earl Jones, Frankie Beverly, man. Let's talk about Frankie Beverly, man. Man, look, you ain't been to if you've been to a black cookout and Before I Let Go, and what's the song? I can't get over. If one of those songs ain't played, man, it wasn't no real black cookout, man. Fire the DJ. You're gonna do 2 things at a black cookout. I don't know about the second one. You're gonna hear Before I Let You Go. You're gonna hear that song. And you're gonna do the electric slide. I don't know, the electric or the Cupid Shuffle. Yeah, definitely the Cupid Shuffle. But Frankie Beverly is a staple. He's a staple. Rest in peace to Frankie Beverly. And James Earl Jones, Mufasa. He was critically acclaimed for the Broadway version of Fences. Him and Courtney P. Vance. Courtney Vance was the son. Denzel Washington was, he played in the movie version. And Mufasa, Darth Vader. Like, he just had that distinct voice. I mean, and I think he sold his voice to AI. So every time you hear Darth Vader speak, it's going to be James Earl Jones' AI voice. That's what makes AI so scary. Wait till AI gets better. It'd be like going from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 5 type shit, just to create that framing. Pastor, what's good? What's up, Pastor? Andre 420 link. Okay, I'm sure you want to respond to Leon 008. Yeah. Y'all gonna have to find a way to be here at the same time. Shit. Yeah, because Leon 008 came up here to look for Andre. And Andre wasn't here. He said, play this, please. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here. Andre has requested me to play something. Yeah. I'm in the process of yes, Detroit 313. Tito Jackson passed away. I just found out myself. Art New Style just brought it to my attention.
I've been on a couple panels with Leon since that, and I don't actually have any problem with the guy. It's just I didn't like the sound they took. That's all it was.
Okay. Well, he came here looking for you, man. He came here looking for the smoke, man.
Yeah, and
he said specifically he was.
Yeah,
this is some smoke. Like,
I thought it was funny because I woke up and I'm like, seriously? But like that link that I sent you, please play that if possible.
Yeah, I am. Oh no. Okay, so I ain't gonna get hit. Cartel, what's going on? I ain't gonna get hit for a copyright. Well, fair use any motherfucking way.
Yo, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
What up, Shadow? That's Shadow Star in the chat. He's up here as the YTWFL commissioner.
Yeah, man. This week would been a good one, man. We've been having some good games come out, man. This second one came out good.
That link that I sent you, Kev, it's from a dude that got he has like almost 3 million fucking subs on YouTube. Like, yeah, it's worth playing. I'm telling you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, play it if you've never seen it before.
Okay. All right, the Kiffness. Okay, yeah, he's at almost 3 million subs. So let me go ahead and play it real quick. I got it. I got it pulled up. So
fair use.
Yeah. Let me put that up here. Fair use is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. But let me see if I can find that other one, just so we're clear. There we go. Fair use. All right. So, yeah, Andre wanted me to play this for a reason, so here we go. Come on.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cat. Why would you do that? Eat something else.
Oh God, fair use.
Don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They got
Eating the
eggplant.
dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of people that live there.
Oh man,
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, meow,
fair
meow,
use.
meow.
They're eating the pets
Of the people that live there.
Yeah.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
It's wild, man.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets
Of the people that live there.
Oh,
in
God.
Springfield. They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
Oh God.
I've been saying this is the funniest shit that I've seen in a fucking while.
Oh my God.
It's funny. That shit actually sounds
Oh.
better than some of the drill music they got out nowadays, man. That's a good
Of
song.
course. Of course. And although there are reports, although there are reports of this actually going on, and RPM just said that he got unfriended by someone on I'm assuming Facebook because he posted the link of the woman eating the cat. It's just, and although there may be reports that did sound crazy when he said it sounded crazy, and he's always being like he already got that stigma as a racist. So I mean, I believe like if you're white, you got a little racism in you anyway. But yeah, it just sounded like extremely racist. You were stereotyping people. Like our community stereotypes black men all the time for being deadbeat dads that kill each other. Like kind of like that.
Well,
But
Kev, like immediately after, like he said that shit, there was a documentary like that was made like the day after, literally the day after, and it was this one white dude, like, and he went around interviewing people in Springfield, Ohio, and he was asking like Haitians, and like there was even like a one like I'm assuming he's FBA, like black dude. He was asking him about like what's going on over there, and like yeah.
No, like
If you didn't see that documentary, I suggest you watch it. Like I'll send you the link. You can watch it on your leisure. But like yeah, you should really watch it because like yeah, some things were
yeah,
explained.
Yeah, that was crazy when I heard it. I was like, I thought it was some parody deal, but I mean, Kuda was talking about it yesterday. Pastor, you was checking out. You already know. I said the same thing. I'm like, is it really real? But I did go and look at some of the brothers that was up there in Ohio. They've got a big contingent that just came down to Alabama. They starting to complain now too as well, Kev. I don't know if you saw that.
but in Alabama they started to complain about they furry friends disappear.
They talking.
it goes deeper than that. It goes to show how hungry these people is. If y'all can't remember, a couple of months before they were saying these people was eating There's a reason why I was on Kuda's platform. I brought up the fact that they eat people, but we talked about cannibalism. Then they were talking about how
they
Haitians they eat their enemies and engulf their power and all that shit. Like I'm telling you, like the reason, like Trump is bringing this up because he understands there's a different culture that's about to be
Pasta, like you bring that up, like I've been saying this for like the last like week or two, because like I heard this on other platforms, right? Before like it got big and shit, and and I've been saying it's like you know, I'm Jamaican, and I don't trust them Haitian niggas. I've been saying this shit because I'm like, yo, I seen Bad Boys too. I seen how y'all niggas get down. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's a cultural thing too, because when a lot of the South American diaspora came up here to Texas,
this ain't South American. I'm just saying.
I know what you're talking about with the Haitians, but they was eating like these rats, right? And then people was like, "Oh, they eat rats and stuff." And then I actually went and did a look up on it and seen them on some of the street stalls. That's a delicacy for them, so it's cultural for them. They actually eat the rats. I was like, really?
I mean, why would they complain about the rats being eaten though? Like, go ahead, shit, you know.
Like this is what I've been saying about the whole thing. Is like, I don't like that. Like, it's like black people, so-called black people, like being the face of immigration when it's really the fucking Venezuelans and everybody else coming through the fucking south of the border. That's the real problem. But the numbers on so-called black people.
It's not just the South. Like, because I remember
it's not just the South. They're coming from other areas as well. But like, I don't like that they're making like so-called black people the face of immigration when really it's these.
We are the face of immigration because we the first people that actually came and inhabited this land. When Europe purged their society, because Europe had a purging of their society. They sent nothing but prostitutes and prisoners. Europe did not send their smartest and their best and their most upper echelon of class members on the Mayflower. They were, and even if you look at Christopher Columbus, no one really wanted to fund his voyages. Europe did not believe in the people that they sent on this blind voyage to this experiment they call America. It just ended up being
this is the argument that I've been making, is that like people are focusing like these major news outlets and like content creators been focusing on the whole like pets thing, right? But it's not about pets. It's like, even if you want to exclude the pets, like, come on, man! Like they're eating geese and ducks, and they're not like going out in the woods and hunting them. Like, they're in the city hunting, or whatever you want to call that. But like, they're eating fucking geese and ducks. They're definitely doing that.
A lot of
There's proof of them doing that.
They see those. They see those ducks.
This woman was grilling in New York. This woman was grilling rats on the street.
I mean, rats, man, it's okay. Like, why we don't have to complain about the rats? I mean, shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it might be disgusting, but
I mean, you saw some of those New York rats, man. They look like dogs, man, by themselves. So you might need to get rid of a couple of them.
Man, like, yeah, man, you come in, you see one sitting on the couch. Come on, I hope you don't mind. Like, now get.
Nah, if you're eating rats, then that mean that geese will become a delicacy.
Well, like it's not even just the fact that they're eating geese. It's like
how many geese running around America right now compared to rats?
Well, the thing about the geese is like they're saying that they're eating Canadian geese, and like it's illegal to fucking kill those in Canada. Like, to injure or kill them is illegal. And like somebody was saying in one of these chats I was in, is that like you get a minimum of like 6 months, like, and like a $15,000 fine for injuring or killing them. So like it's not a joke. Fucking with Canadian geese.
It's not necessarily a game animal, especially in America. But every state is different. But up north, for sure, you cannot go to these lakes if they see you messing with them ducks and them geese. Man, that game warden catch you, or them people report you, they gonna get your ass by that, man. They gonna put you in jail. You gonna go to jail for that.
I do agree that they doing rituals with the cat and duck bones. I don't care if y'all call me racist.
I'm sorry. But,
I don't care if y'all call me racist, yo. I do believe.
No. I'm laughing because it's funny. I don't give a shit.
I do. No. I really do believe that they taking them cat and duck bones and putting them in some sage and praising the ancestors. I believe.
I've seen some of them voodoo priestesses, man. When I used to do pest control in Mississippi, man, and I seen some of them. I come in their house, I got to spray them for roaches, and I seen she had a chamber pot on the table, and she's got these bones, man. It's dimly lit. I'm like, man, what's going on? And the people say, man, watch out for that woman. She a witch doctor or whatever. And she had them bones, and I've seen, and it looked like something you might see in a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like. I was a kid there, just doing work for my uncle, man, and I didn't believe it, brother. I didn't know what it was, and I thought that was all, a joke. I didn't know people really did it.
Man, I believe it.
They say eating tiger penis makes you smarter. That's what higher catastrophic impact. What, man? Hey, what? You know what? They always do the penis when it comes to the animals and shit. They always got like people eating animal dicks everywhere. Like not me, but other countries and shit. Oh, like what about the pussy? Like they eating some tiger pussy. Like what does eating tiger pussy do? Make you dumber? Like
man, look, I see Andrew Zimmerman, which he's the most nastiest dude. I always see him eating.
Like just let me build real quick.
Man, maybe.
I want to build off of what Pascal was talking about. Like, it's definitely illegal to be killing the geese.
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Like, they want to focus on the cats and dogs. This is what I've been saying. It's like they keep focusing on the cats and dogs and trying to make Trump seem like he's crazy, but it's like they're really killing the fucking geese and ducks. They really are. It's like I've been in these right wing spaces, and it's like I've seen certain dudes be like. Like they were trying to do their boomer, like go feed the ducks, and like they go into the pond and like there's no ducks. Where the ducks are? Where the ducks at?
See what they're gonna hide behind is the white people. What they're gonna say is it's American tradition to go duck and geese hunting. I think what was Bush's vice president Didn't Dick Cheney shoot somebody geese or quail hunting?
He shot, yeah, he did, and I think that they said it was an accident, but that was not no accident. That was one of them things.
But yeah, he was shooting birds to eat though. So what they're gonna hide behind is that's American tradition to eat some duck geese.
The problem that I see is that like people keep confusing like geese with duck, which. I mean, it's understandable. People might think it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. But at the same time, too, it's like even if you're gonna hunt duck, like you need to have a license and you need to hunt in specific places.
Yeah, and not only that,
hold on. Then we have Duck Dynasty. We had Duck Dynasty. Hold up now. I know that hates shit.
There's certain times that you can shoot ducks. There are certain ducks you can shoot, certain ducks you can't. You have to go, when you go to Academy and you buy your license, they're going to give you a book and they tell you exactly what you can kill, what you can't kill.
We had Duck Dynasty and they were shooting a whole lot of ducks to the point they have a duck-inspired boot.
Like Pastor, like so what you just said is like yes, they
duck
goose. Like right. Duck Dynasty is actually one of like it's one of the shows that I like. I like Duck Dynasty, and I also like Hillbilly Hand Fishing. Those are like one of my favorite shows. Like, low key is a guilty pleasure, but
yeah,
no,
but
they did more than catfish. Duck Dynasty, they have a duck-inspired boot. It's a water boot. You know, the water boot.
What I'm trying to say is like Duck Dynasty. At least they had the license to kill these ducks. And they were going out to the woods. They weren't killing the ducks in the fucking pond, in the fucking middle of the city. They weren't killing those ducks.
They were killing.
Well, see, the thing about Duck Dynasty, like you said, you can't do it on TV and then not have your license. And first of all, Louisiana being a sportsman's paradise, You and in Texas, like when you go on the coast in Texas, they do a lot of duck hunting on the coast. And like the man said, it's usually in the coastal areas where, you know, it's in the woods, you know, you're shooting stuff, you know, it's people not around. You cannot do that in the city. Even if you did and you had a license, if you discharge your firearm within the city limits, you're going to get a charge, period.
Well, that's the whole problem. It's
So
like
they had a
it's
license
just like,
to kill ducks. So hold on, y'all respect the fact of shooting them, killing them ducks because they got a license.
no. Like a pastor, like you're missing the whole point. The whole point.
No, I'm
is,
not
like,
missing the point. Y'all missing the point.
Well, like the point that I'm trying to make is like it's okay if they do this stuff, but as long as they do it legally, and they're not doing it legally, that's a problem.
Legally under whose
Yes,
law?
legally.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. There's a pond that I go to that I am not, let's say, supposed to be at. It's a homeowner association owned pond. If you don't live in that area, you can't fish in the pond and catch fish. So like, same way about anything else. In certain areas, certain things, you have to be affiliated with that to be able to get fish out of there. So when you buy your license, even if you have your license, if you go over there, you're not supposed to be doing that, they can still charge you with that. And in Texas, the game wardens, they got more jurisdiction than anybody. They can come to your house on a suspicion that you killed a deer in the wrong area, or you killed a doe, or you killed this certain type of deer. They can come in your house, check your freezer, check your car. No warrants needed because they got more other people.
Well, I'm not gonna say names, but there's a certain dude in space like that's from Chicago, and he was like, he tried to do the boomer thing to go feed the ducks, and like he went to the pond, and it's like, where's all the ducks at? The ducks are missing for some reason.
Hold on. So you know what? I know you talking about, and them ducks suspicious now. You gotta watch them ducks.
Man, the fuck?
You gotta
What they
watch
do,
them
man?
ducks. You gotta watch them ducks. Them ducks is stupid.
They are, but
Man,
then
listen up.
when you in that certain pond where they people that's feeding the ducks and they getting so friendly with people, they so friendly, they'll walk up to you.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm
they-
saying.
Yeah, and that's how easy they like. They grab them, wring their neck, and get them. You know what I'm saying? It's like easy picking for them.
See, but you gotta watch the ducks because these ducks they be walking off any damn way. They'll walk off. They be all in the backyard and neighborhood. People, I guarantee you, they some kidnap. You're not telling me that white people ain't been kidnapping ducks. Out the
Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell y'all something. We kind of being hypocrites right now because some of us are old enough to have like the original Nintendo, and we used to play that game called Duck Hunt. We was having fun shooting ducks all the time.
And then that stupid dog always used to laugh, and I would give
I
that
tried to
dog.
shoot the dog. Like I really did.
These white people got taxidermies where they got ducks on their wall. If you don't think there's this little duck just walking through their house, man, maybe them Haitians ain't kidnapped all the ducks. Maybe these white people hoarding the ducks.
Hey, let me read this super chat real quick. Let me read the super chat from Detroit 313. I appreciate that. He says Peter Griffin is not lying on Dick Cheney. All right, I appreciate that. So thanks for the support.
Yeah, Detroit ain't lying. Them ducks do have the highway stopped, and they'll stop the traffic for them.
Just hold up a second. Tab was talking about like, yeah, we all play duck hunt, but the thing is like that's another part of the problem is like they're trying to say like the Haitians are killing ducks, and it's like ducks are like they're okay to hunt and they're okay to eat and whatnot, right? Like I've ate duck before in like Chinese restaurants, especially. That's really where they serve duck.
Hey man,
unless you guys been to some other restaurants, but that's really where they serve duck. But like when it's actually kind of expensive to buy duck, but just geese, like geese is not okay. And
duck a la orange. Hey,
geese is not okay, and like the Haitians they're killing the geese.
What's wrong with killing the geese? People eat. Do people eat geese?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Because how you know you shooting a duck and not a geese?
Well, when was the last time you ate a goose, man?
I've never ate a goose, but I'm from Mississippi, man, and I know people that my uncle and them used to make squirrel stew. Some people eat raccoons.
We're talking about geese, specifically geese. If
Oh,
geese are
for
like
the geese, we would keep.
geese are federally protected. I was told that like they're federally protected in the U.S. as well as they are in Canada. So it's like,
But see, for geese, I've seen people.
eating a goose, like
I look at
Wow.
geese. I look at geese like hens. Like you got chickens and hens, right? I look at a goose as still edible. You know, some of the best chicken pastry, chicken dumplings I ever had was with hen.
Man, this is unbelievable.
Geese and duck aren't the same thing.
Get you a good hen.
Hey, look, Detroit 313 said something very interesting earlier. He said geese is difficult to kill it. I mean, is that by law, or is like if you kill a duck, like if you choke a duck, is like choking the geese gonna be harder? Like they immune to stab wounds? What's going on?
I've seen geese like in Conrad's, right? So when I used to work on the farm, you would have
Sure is forever blessed. It sure is. Geese is goose plural form, fam. Yes.
They would shoot the Conrads and shoot some of the geese because they would eat the fish in our ponds. So they would shoot them and they would kill them. A lot of times they would not eat them. They would just shoot them because they was pests at the time. But no one saw it. It's like a tree falling in the woods, right? If you didn't see it, it didn't fall. But when you out there in the public and you doing it, now you putting yourself at risk, because if someone does find out that those game wardens, they will come and get you. I've seen the game wardens here in Texas, man. If you don't have a license, you could be fishing on a pond or a stream. That game warden walk up on you and catch you with some undersized fish or undersized crab, and they will take your ass to jail quick.
But if you're hungry, do you care about the game warden?
You got to go where the game warden ain't at. If you hungry,
No, the game warden. Let's keep it real. What's the real likelihood? The game warden out there, but the game warden ain't like that. They ain't ever. It's a whole lot of nature to patrol.
Well,
yep. You know where it's at though. Them game, it's certain areas like in Houston. I'm gonna guarantee you, like if you go.
I'll just say this real quick. Like I seen a goose that landed in front of me, and I looked around and I made sure there was no Haitians, and I let the goose be. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, every state is different, brother. Like in Mississippi, I'm gonna give you another one. In Mississippi, it is illegal for a citizen to kill an alligator unless you have tags for that alligator. If you have bought tags from the county or you have been given tags from the county, it is illegal. But we've had alligators in our ponds where they was about to kill some of the workers in there, and we had to take out guns and shoot them. And they had the game warden come out there and was like, "No, you ain't supposed to shoot these alligators." I'm like, "Well, what if it's about to eat my man on this damn mud line right now?" And he's like, "Well, no, you ain't supposed to shoot." I'm like, "The hell with that? We gonna kill him." What that game warden say?
It's open season on some things now, because you can kill a rattlesnake at any time of the year. You can kill a snake any time of the year. So therefore, it's open season on some of this stuff.
But snakes normally ain't game animals, and a lot of snakes is protected by endangered species. But in the rattlesnake, in Texas and Mississippi, you kill that because that's a dangerous animal. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let that snake bite me. You
can kill a rattlesnake, and people eat them damn rattlesnakes. The rattlesnake got some good. It's good white meat, actually, good white protein meat, and it's actually snake. Snake ain't bad tasting.
They used to sell snake at the Taste of Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
I've ate a rattlesnake. Now a damn rattlesnake, that's a good tasting motherfucker.
I never did eat it, but I saw a lot of people buying it, and they was like, "Yeah, this is the snake booth." I'm like, "Do people eat it?" They're like, "Yeah, it's good." I'm like,
"That damn rattlesnake, Cotto mighty knows, but that rattlesnake is actually fairly tasty." I'm telling you, that rattlesnake ain't bad tasting at all.
When I seen rattlesnake, brother, if we ain't got the pistol, right at the ready, I'll take some gas and throw them, because they be in the tree. They be in the tree. You be sitting up there walking underneath the tree, and that snake will fall out the tree and bite you, man. and you know, you got to put some gas. We put gas on them, but if you can't get, you know, a pistol on them, you throw gas on them. Since they breathe through their skin, they'll die. And then, you know, we don't eat them because they're like a pest. They're a predator animal. We kill them, and there's no game warden that's gonna get mad at you for killing a rattlesnake in Texas because that thing is dangerous. Period.
And they don't get mad at you for killing them wild boars either.
Yeah, they actually give you tags for boars in East Texas because they are pest animal, and they give you a tag. If you own, I think, over 4 or 5 acres, you can go and get like 200 tags. It's a certain amount of tags you can get, and every tag you turn in, you get like $100 per head.
So I hate to cut you off, brother, but you said that geese were also known as pest animals too, right?
Yeah, the Conrads, that's a cousin of the geese, but they pretty much the same thing.
Well,
So if the geese are considered flying wild boars, were the Haitians wrong for eating them? I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
It depends on the state. So in Mississippi, that's what we have it. But up north, they are like up north, man. You know, they are serious about them animals, man. You get to playing around with them animals up north. Them folks are serious about that. So it's state by state thing, I guess.
Nah, geese ain't shit. So if the geese are an animal that's hold on, what did you say the geese were again?
Basically, the Conrads, which is a cousin of a geese, we have some geese come in like migratory birds. They will sit down on our ponds and eat our fingerling fish. So we would shoot them because they are a predatory animal, and we would kill them to stop them from eating our fish. So that was one thing. That's in the country though. You can't just shoot if I go into the city and you in up north in some places, especially like Wisconsin or Ohio or Illinois, and you go up there where all them people, white folks feeding them damn geese, and you kill one of them, get ready for some problems.
It's a predatory species. Maybe they can't use a gun because of how far the projectile should go, but they can go in there and get it out of the water or hit it with a slingshot like they did. Now that we really talking about this, I'm going to forgive the Haitians for the geese. Now, they should have left the cats and dogs alone.
Nah, Pastor.
I'm forgiving them for the geese.
Nah. You're gonna forgive them for the geese, bro. Like, come on, man. I have respect for you, but I'm losing it right now. What do you say?
No, I'm forgiving the Haitians for the geese, yo. I've decided right now. I've decided right now, Kev, right now on your platform. I've decided right now that I'm going to forgive the Haitians for the geese.
Leave the geese alone.
All right, here we go. Here's the Ohio.
To be eating fucking geese.
Here's the Ohio limit. Here's the Ohio limit. If you have your license, this is the Ohio limit. It says if you're interested in hunting Canadian geese, you must have a valid Ohio hunting license and a Harvest Information Program certification on the license. You also need a Ohio Wetlands Habitat Stamp endorsement if older than 18, and a signed federal migratory bird hunting stamp if older than 16. And the daily limit, if you do have it, is 5 combined. That's 5 Canada goose, white fronted goose, and no more than 1 Brant goose. That is the regulation for that.
Nigga, I want to drink some Grey Goose. But how about this?
Nah, nigga, leave the fucking geese alone. Like, why can't you understand this shit? Leave the fucking geese alone. Like,
I like Grey Goose. I like Grey Goose, and I'm forgiving the Haitians for getting the goose.
No, Pastor. Eat some fucking chicken. Eat some beef. Like, there's fucking so much other shit you could eat. Why you want to eat?
Man, they did not. They didn't eat an eagle.
Nigga, go to Walmart. There's so much shit you can buy at Walmart.
If they would have ate an eagle, that would have been different.
Well, that's what it is. It's like eating a fucking goose is like the equivalent of eating a fucking eagle, man. Like
eating a goose is not equivalent to barbecuing an eagle.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh man.
No, it's
right.
not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yo, no, it's not. I mean, I agree with you. We can joke on the Haitians all day, but
Yeah, well, we can joke on the shit, but it's just like
but I forgive the
like
Haitians. I forgive the Haitians for the geese. I don't forgive them for the cats and dogs, but I forgive them for the geese.
Some people don't like the fact that people kill rabbits. I personally like the taste of rabbit, and I've killed my share of rabbits. And people are like, oh man, it's a cute rabbit. You know, why would you kill it? Well, they taste good.
Real quick, killing an American eagle would be a crime, a serious crime in the U.S., right? Like I'm in Canada, like killing
That's a federal.
and killing a Canadian goose is the same thing, man. It's just leave those animals alone.
Gooses are not sacred to America. The eagle is the only. I would say a falcon. If them niggas were eating falcons and eagles,
Well, I was seeing in the chat that apparently, like killing a Canadian goose is like you're gonna get like at least a few months and a fine.
nah, them
Killing one
niggas
of
not eating falcons and eagles and blue jays. They not even eating blue jays and cardinals. Like birds we really care about. Like them niggas are eating like little cardinals and shit. Like, imagine like eating little cardinals like little chicken wings. Then I'll be like, oh, y'all killing all the cardinals. Y'all gotta get out of here. Y'all ain't gonna kill all our cardinals.
Quails is big, you know, small
You
game.
know what I'm saying? Like nigga, well, we hunt quails. So if they was hunting quails, I might let that slide too. But if you were killing our blue jays and our cardinals and shit, nigga, like what the fuck, nigga? But
you don't want to eat that because those birds have diseases, and that's why you never shoot them, because a lot of those birds like that have diseases, and especially what the man was saying, like the vultures and a lot of these. It's another bird out here in Texas. It's a vulture, and it's another one that they got. I forgot the name of it, but they eat dead stuff off the road, so you don't want to eat them. They are like the parasites and stuff like that in them. You don't want to eat stuff like that, period, because the amount of parasites that's in there. And I was taught that as a young man when I first got my first gun. My uncle, I was just shooting birds, just shooting them, and he said, "Man, don't be shooting nothing." He said, "Don't shoot nothing that you ain't gonna eat." And it made me eat it. He made me eat that bird. It was like a sparrow. He made me eat that sparrow. Showed me how to clean it and everything, made me eat it because he said, don't ever shoot nothing that you ain't gonna eat.
But sparrows and hummingbirds are cleaner than but the blue jays and see think about it. If these niggas start eating our blue jays and our damn cardinals,
like Pastor, like blue jays, like leave the blue jays alone as well too. Don't be eating blue jays, man.
Well, it just depends on your state. That might be your state bird. If that's your state bird, you're gonna get some state time for killing that state bird.
Now I'll take a turkey out now, nigga. I will fuck a turkey up.
Yeah, like we
especially around November.
We could all go in on a turkey. Like turkeys are fair game.
Nigga, I would. Nigga, yo, I remember growing up in North Carolina when I killed my first chicken. That shit was crazy, my nigga. I my first chicken, I rang his neck.
Did you have to chase it down like Rocky did in Rocky?
I didn't think it was dead. My aunt told me it was dead, but it wasn't dead. So we chased a little bit in it, and then I finally caught it. And then there was another chicken. Then she taught me how to I actually did this shit with my aunt. And then I chopped the chicken neck, and then the chicken still ran. I remember when I did some savage chicken bird shit, and that shit gave me nightmares when I was a kid.
Well, you're going too far on this shit. Like this is some like country nigga shit.
Nah. But see, country nigga shit is survival shit, and that I think that's what them Haitians were doing. They just did it with some geese. And let me tell you, so when I killed my first chicken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is some country nigga shit, and like pasta. I'm pretty sure.
Man.
When they were eating the geese, you were like, if they offered you a plate, if they offered you a plate, you would have sat down and ate it with them. I'm just saying.
Hey man, you talking about country nigga shit, man? Do I go around saying a boot instead of about?
I mean, yeah, he picking on me because I grew up. I had the opportunity, and I thank God for the opportunity, even though it was a crazy opportunity as a child to kill a chicken. And I killed a couple chickens. And we also took the daggone feathers off of them, put them in that cold water, and plucked the feathers off of them and shit, cleaned them and everything. That shit was crazy. And I remembered, and I never forget that. I know now I know how to. But you know what? I know how to kill a chicken. I know how to chop a neck, rank a chicken, run out of rank a chicken neck. How to put them They called it wrangling a chicken neck. What you're really doing is you snapping the chicken neck real quick to put it out, to put the chicken out of his misery real quick, and then this nerves and stuff is just moving.
If you see some of the South American diaspora come up here, we used to have a little chicken coop, and they would come up there. We had a guy that owned off the land. He was a Argentinian, and his mother and them came up from Argentina, and they was like, we don't want to buy no chickens from the store. We want some of y'all chickens because they don't want to eat the GMO chickens. They want that fresh yard bird. They call it yard bird.
Yard bird. Yep, yard bird.
They want them yard eggs and a yard bird because there's no GMO, and it actually tastes different. So it's actually better for you, and they're not as fat as some of these bigger chickens you might buy at the store. But the meat on them is actually better for you than the GMO chickens.
They fast too. A chicken fast. You gotta. That's the reason why niggas was so. They say niggas was fast and good in sports because of cropping and agriculture. I think that's different. I think it was because chicken, because niggas was having to harvest their own chickens and cook and clean their own chickens. Man, that shit, you got the move. To be a chicken killer, well, you got to move. You got to get on the balls of your feet. We got to run quick to get a chicken.
That's right.
Pastor got like.
Man, did you just say we got to move quick to get the chicken? Man, speaking of which, did anybody see the first part of the last season of Cobra Kai where they made the black kid catch the chicken?
I watched all of Cobra Kai, man. Like it was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. Cobra Kai, like it is an extremely strong follow up to the Karate Kid films. I had to get that. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows too.
So was it racist that they had the young black kid get the chicken?
Yeah, I guess they was just trying to establish Kenny as a player as far as fighting and shit, but he was cheated out of his spot though. I ain't like that, but outside of that, the show is pretty good.
Kenny, fuck. There's a lot of shit going on with Kenny, man. Because it's like his older brother was like, in jail and shit. And
but they made him shit himself in front of everybody. I mean, he now he has the nickname Shitty Kenny, and I mean it's that shit's bad, man. You don't never want to be the kid that shit himself, man.
Well, there's a lot of stuff with Kenny because like if you look at like the main character, I can't think of the names right now, but the main character, like his son, he was friends with Kenny's like older brother, and like he was trying to like put Kenny on the right path.
Johnny's son.
Yeah,
he was friends with Kenny's older brother in the pen,
and he was trying to put him on the right path, but like he couldn't get on it. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on in that show.
All right. So Detroit 313, thank you for the super chat once again. He said, which shark is the friendliest to humans? Ooh,
probably the nurse shark.
It would be lemon sharks, and whale sharks.
I think nurse sharks are because they're like big catfish.
Yeah, you just don't want to run up on no bullshit.
Well, actually, I'm a person that like I have a lot of fish. I really like fish, so I'd say like a rainbow shark or fucking a silver shark or whatever.
Yeah, but don't run up on no bull shark like my man said. No hammerhead. Them niggas blind and they stupid and they paranoid. Or no great white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just use Google.
No tiger stripe.
I just use Google because Google's our friend. It said the leopard shark is one of the least dangerous sharks and is utterly harmless to humans.
Well, that's
A
probably
leopard
talking
shark's
about like
it's like a nurse shark. It's like a nurse shark. It don't got it ain't got no teeth.
that's probably talking about like sharks in the wild. And I'm talking about like personal sharks, like that you could have aquarium. Like these are small sharks that like they're not deadly. That's what I'm trying to say.
We eat a lot of shark in Texas, man. You know, some people say that they don't taste good. I have tasted a couple of the sharks when I go out on the deep sea fishing expeditions, and they're pretty good. But when you on shore, like I went to Jamaica Beach one time.
I'm pretty sure. Well, nobody here has watched an episode of Tank before.
No. We talking about eating them. We ain't talking about loving them. We talking about what they taste like.
Yeah, you know, when you eat,
what I got was like we're talking about like the lethality level of
See,
sharks.
you want to love these geese. You want to love the geese. You want to love the cats. You want to love the dogs. You want to love the sharks. But we're going to eat them niggas if we have to.
see, that's the Canadian in it, man. See, when you in Canada, you know they want
to eat. Why do we have to eat those?
I had shark meat is soft.
Yeah. Andre, going back to Cobra Kai, Sun is Hot Raw was good. Oh, and shout out to the people in the chat. Ray Hunt.
Yeah, he was bullied by LaRusso's kid.
Absalom Pianke.
LaRusso's kid.
Yeah. Yeah, he was about the entire first season both of them were in, he got bullied by LaRusso's kid, you know. I mean, what that costume.
Is that other guy, the one that was in the coma, did he ever come up out of the coma?
Who was in the coma?
The one that had failed when they was fighting at the school, the one that had failed that was rolling with old buddy.
Yeah. He been came out of a coma. Yeah, he all recovered.
Okay.
I think they use shark heart blood for brain memory. Because like when they kill sharks, a lot of people be drinking the blood from the shark heart.
Oh shit! Well, that's supposed to be some symbolic stuff.
Shark fin soup is great, you know, and that's what a lot of the Asians do. They'll sit there and cut them fins off and leave the shark out there and won't get the meat. They just take the fins because it's like a medicine, that deal almost.
No. So shark is seen in a whole lot of medicine. They because the shark never actually sleeps. It actually always swims. So therefore they use sharks. They look at the shark for its heart medicine. They look at the shark for its nerve, for its electrical senses. They use it for that kind of medicine, and they also use it for anticoagulation and bleeding. And they also use it for memory because sharks actually have a better memory than fucking elephants, believe it or not. And the damn sharks is something else. But the dolphin is the evil motherfucker actually in the ocean. But everybody
sharks don't have a better memory than elephants, man. What the fuck
yes,
are you
they
talking
do.
about, bro? You prove
yes,
it?
they do.
Like, do you have evidence to support that? Like, sharks have a better memory than elephants?
I grew up in eastern North Carolina on the coast. I've seen sharks. I ain't never seen an elephant. So you show me a true elephant with a good memory, and I'll show you a shark with a better memory. Because these sharks,
that's not what you said. Like, you're making a straw man here.
Elephants, well, see, they're different, right? Because a shark is still a fish, and an elephant is a mammal, and a dolphin is a mammal.
That sharks have a better memory than elephants, and that's not true.
I do think that, and I'm standing on it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you one right quick then. So where elephants are more, I think that because think about it, when you have an elephant, you've seen this, and you can pull it up. Where elephants Like when their people die, when their pride, some of their I forgot what they call the big pride of the elephants. It's not a pride, it's something else. But when they die, they go out there and they like mourn. They mourn, you know what I'm saying? And sharks don't mourn. So therefore, I believe that that's on a mammal, because that's a mammal. It's not a fish, and they're not cold blooded. They have warm blood, so they are a little bit different, so to speak. And you look at some of those.
Sympathy doesn't give you memory. Sympathy does not give you memory.
They remember their pride. They remember that elephant, so they would mourn, and not just one, not just the parent, right? They all would mourn the death of them. They all would mourn.
They sympathize because they can actually sympathize and empathize because they live in a closer group. Them damn elephants live closer together than them sharks be out there in the deep blue. Them niggas be stretching out. They be getting it in. And for them niggas, they have to remember. They have to remember they children and the shit that they can. White man, them sharks remember more than you think, my nigga. Y'all give the dolphin all the mental capacity.
Just hold up, Pastor. Like, if we're speaking like at the nigga level is what it seems like you're bringing the conversation down to. I'm sure you've seen that movie Ong Bak or whatever you want to call it, like that Asian motherfucker.
Come on, Ong Bak, the Thai Warrior with Tony Jaa.
Yeah. I'm just saying that elephant that he had a pretty good memory.
No, that nigga has sympathy. He has camaraderie. He has empathy. He has connection. Y'all are tying that to memory.
No.
Right. So as much shit as we talk to each other on YouTube, niggas obviously got some type of I'm not gonna say love or emotion. Favor. I'm gonna say favor or friendly or we're friendly to each other, right? So like, because we know each other, we see each other, we hear from not know each other, see each other, we hear from each other online, right? So it creates a familiarity. That's what you're talking about. That's not memory.
Yeah, but see, what you fail to realize is this, brother. See, the elephant brain, right, is the largest of any land animal, right? So basically, it's typically 10 to 12 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. The actual structure is highly developed on their cerebral cortex, similar to humans and primates. They are mammals, which is associated with the memory, the learning, problem solving, and the social interaction, which I was making the point of, versus like a shark brain, right? The shark brain is more primitive and streamlined. You feel me? It's going to reflect their role more as a predator. The major areas there are the sensory processing, olfaction. Their olfactory nerve is great. It's like a super dog in the water. Like, you know, a dog can smell something from way off. That's their olfactory nerve.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you say that because a dog, or you let a dog roam and it will find its way home. That's a way of memory. That's true memory, not emotional. Not saying y'all emotional, but that's not
right.
That's
but that's
not sympathizing. That's not sympathizing. That's just, I do agree. You'll see an elephant cry. You ever seen a shark cry?
You can't see a shark cry because what I'm saying is that is an apex predator, and it's different than a mammal. And you was talking about dolphins earlier, right? So like when I go fishing, when you see dolphins, right? If I go out there,
you've never seen a shark cry until you seen a shark die. Is that what we're saying? There's been an animal conversation for like the past 30 minutes, man. I mean, and I just want to make this point without being too smug about it. Yes, this conversation is not about broads. You know, as much as some of you niggas out there complain about men and such, you know, I mean, some animals are female, so I mean, you know, you can't totally avoid it. But, you know, just out there for the dumb niggas, you know, and the you know, hyper emasculated. But yeah, y'all continue.
Yeah, they'll probably talk about, well, what about the female sharks and the female?
Man, these female sharks are definitely not crying. Like get the, like we like yo, do feet yo. So I guarantee you, some nigga will come up here and be like, the female shark lets off a distress signal because the male shark ain't shit and he ain't pay and he didn't pay he didn't bring her enough food or
If his child support check was
yeah,
late.
he didn't pay his nautical child support. Like y'all niggas, I hate y'all niggas for that shit.
No, that's funny. That's a great segue. Dog. That's a great segue.
Just like real quick, like nautical child support, like that's nasty work, man.
Yeah, man, that shark child support, man. And you know, you got a lot of sharks. The women, you know, they got them sharks. They lawyers, aka the state. You know, they gonna come and get all the money out of you, man. So you know, you better have your shark hunting license. I'm just say that.
Yeah, man, that shit real talk. I remember, like, man, let me tell you, man, like real talk. Let's talk about these. I'm glad you brought that shit up, Kev, the way you did, yo. Because I guarantee you that shark life is definitely like dolphins are the sisterhood, and everyone loves to say that, you know, dolphins are stronger and smarter than sharks and they beat up sharks. That's not true. What actually happens is dolphins jump sharks. They have very strong, we call beaks.
Yeah, and they in a pod. So when they in a pod, they actually work together. And what if you do like I fashion it to imagine you're fishing, right? You're fishing, you don't see what's going on the bottom of the water, but when you go spear fishing, right, and you see dolphins. First of all, the dolphins scare off all the fish, and they also scare off the sharks. The sharks do not like dolphins; they can't stand
scared of them. Why are they scared of them? Because it's like the sisterhood. Niggas scared of the sisterhood because you know why? Because the dolphins will single you out and jump your ass. They will come by like 30, 45 miles an hour. They will hit the damn shark in his ribs and in his brain, and they'll just tear his shit up. They won't even bite him. They just ram into him. And then he'll die.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you going like spear fishing and you see dolphins, you know, I'd be more willing to get in the water at that point in time and spearfish, because I know that the shark's gonna be holding their distance. You know what I'm saying? If you get in the water, you got sharks coming at you. You know, you got a bull shark. You got to really, you know, they do have some sensory, because you can see a lot of the professional guys that go out there and do it. I'm an amateur at best, but these guys get out here and they have these spear guns, and when that shark sees that gun, they know. They'll turn their head, because they know once you got one shot at them now, but they know, you know, when they see that spear gun, they know what's up with that. And that has a part of the memory that you're talking about. You know, that definitely has that. But you don't want to shoot a dolphin, because a dolphin ain't gonna really attack no human. You know what I'm saying? And they're more.
It's not true. Dolphins are aggressive towards humans.
Yeah,
Sexually aggressive towards humans.
well, like
You can see them.
Yeah, who's watched The Boys?
It sounds like you guys haven't watched any animal shows before, because
No, my nigga, I'm trying to tell you.
well, just let me finish.
Why do you think humans were able to domesticate?
Let me
Okay,
finish. Yeah,
What?
killer whales are actually like orcas. They're actually one of the most lethal in the aquatic environment.
Very dangerous. Also mammals as well. Also mammals. See, they're different. You see, they are mammals.
Or orcas sharks or orcas connected to the
No.
the dolphin family.
Orcas are like
They're mammalians.
They're in the dolphin family. Orcas are in the dolphin family, not the shark
They're
family, right?
dolphins, because like people think like dolphins are nice, but like those aren't nice dolphins. Like they'll group up. When they group up, like you don't want.
But what I'm saying, when I get in the water, bro, I ain't never had a problem with no dolphins. Period.
That's
Sharks,
not true. Dolphins are dangerous.
what I'm saying to you, brother, is like as a fisherman and as a amateur spear fisherman, I have seen dolphins move where they move, and I like them being in the area. Reason why is because they hide away the shark. Shark's not gonna come.
I agree with you on that. However, I agree with you on that, right? It's almost like Tristan Trump over Kamala. I agree with you. I agree with you. Kamala is definitely a shark, and I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, don't think she's not smart and has a good memory and is incapable. But what I'm saying is, don't trust that dolphin either. It ain't all love on Trump's side either. And I like Trump.
Man, look, Dave Chappelle, like, speaking of dolphins, Dave Chappelle said it best, man, when he did the racist Hollywood animals. Like, his Flipper, on TV he was Flipper, in real life he was James, the nigga hating dolphin. Like, Pastor's right. I'm trusting dolphins.
Don't trust them damn dolphins. They are dangerous. They got teeth. They swim real fast. They're aggressive. They're sexually aggressive. Dolphins are like niggas in the ocean. Niggas are not.
Niggas are the goddamn, bro.
Sharks are like white people. Sharks are like white people. Dolphins are like niggas. Because I'm trying to tell you, think, oh yeah, them niggas over there, they smile, they funny, they got them dolphins laugh and they do tricks and shit. They entertaining, real entertaining. But them niggas is dangerous. Them niggas is dangerous for real.
Hey, a wild animal for sure is more dangerous than a domesticated animal for sure, because at the end of the day, it's survival. So
and they have the mental capacity. Now, I would argue that sharks and dolphins have more memory. Well, I would argue that an individual dolphin and an individual shark has better memory than a damn elephant. I'm going with I'm going with the sharks and the dolphins.
They don't have a cerebral cortex, and the cerebral cortex is what allows for the long-term memory. And that's what I'm.
No. It's not about the cerebral cortex. It's about gray and white matter. The more gray matter that you have, you can move it into white matter, which is long-term memory. The brain is much more vast than you may think. Memory is not just stored in your cerebral cortex. Memory on your computer is not just stored on your hard drive. It's not. There's memory on your hard drive. There's memory on your disk drive. There's memory on your USB plug.
Right, but that's
all kinds of memory.
It's still memory, but what I'm saying, like, versus, what you talking about is storage. So storage versus RAM. So like RAM is the amount of stuff that you can process at one time as you're going. The memory would be what you're talking about. The storage would be the long-term storage. And we can go back and talk about brain matter and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is mammals have bigger brains on average. The bigger animals, what I'm saying is the amount of, if you just look at an elephant, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When COVID first broke out, they had these I'm gonna use the monkeys, right? These dogs had killed a monkey's like a small monkey. The monkeys was like took over the town. There's a video of this. They had actually, so crazy enough, they had got the dogs, they went and got the puppies. The monkeys went on top of the building and was throwing the puppies off of the building in retaliation for the damn dogs killing the monkey baby. The monkeys got all together, got the puppies, and went on top of the building and started dropping the puppies off the damn building and killing them.
Exactly, but then again, but hold on, Kev got super chat. You got it.
Yeah, thank you, Pastor. Detroit 313. Thank you once again for your support. Whales kill people. Just saying, not sure they are friendly or not. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna like all these animals. Really, I'm not gonna try to walk up to them and be like, "High five, dolphin! High five, shark! High five, whale!" So I don't fucking know unless one tells me, So, but thank you for the super chat.
or no monkey, because these monkeys will beat your monkey ass.
Man, look. Monkeys, chimps, especially chimpanzees, they're very aggressive and violent in nature. Like when they attack humans, they break your arms, rip them off. They'll rip fingers off. They'll rip your dick off. For real. They'll rip your face off. They will beat the ever loving shit out of you just for the fun of it.
And you've seen that one chimpanzee.
That's a horrible argument to make with the monkey, because with the cerebral cortex, because check this right. There was a monkey that had a great cerebral cortex, and there was a woman that was taking care of that monkey with his human-like cerebral
That's why bring it up to the chimpanzee, right?
But what did that chimpanzee or that primate? What did that primate do to her? It ripped her face off in the. You remember that?
Yeah, that woman raised that. But see, we got to also remember, like, these
memory. Hold up. You said it had better memory. If he's based off his memory and him raising and her raising that primate, his memory would have told him to not do that. Supposedly, right?
We don't know what that white woman did to that damn
So now
chimpanzee.
we gotta blame the white woman over memory.
But think about a dog, right? If you beat a dog and don't feed him, I don't give a damn if your dog or not. You beat that dog and you don't feed him, he gonna bite your ass. He gonna bite you. And
Who's that fault? The white woman or the primate? Who's that fault?
the owner of the animal is the fault of that, because first of all, if you ain't feeding your dog, I'm using a dog example. If you ain't feeding your dog and that dog bites you, then because you didn't feed him, he's by you beating that dog every damn day. That dog gonna eventually bite you, man, and that's just what it is.
So we're blaming white people. We're blaming white women for teaching bad monkeys. No pun intended. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm about to really play with y'all now. So we're blaming white women for not teaching the monkeys correctly. Hold on, come on now. This is ridiculous.
I'm gonna take the white woman out of it. I'm gonna just say the pet owner, just like what we was talking about earlier with the games, right? There people say, "Oh, it's the games that's making the kids dumb and making them do crazy stuff." No, it's the parents. It's the parents that's doing that. Because think about it. You can play games. I played the most, and we was talking about that earlier. I played the most violent games of all times. I remember when Bill Clinton and all the people came out against Mortal Kombat. Super Nintendo made it where you didn't even have blood in the game.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat had they had them bloodless fatalities and called them finishing moves, and Johnny Cage put a foot through the chest instead of knocking the head off.
Right, and the great powder instead of
at the end of the day, you could put a code in. If you had a Sega Genesis, you could put a code in on Mortal Kombat. It was ABACABB. So if you ever get a Sega Genesis and you ever get the game Mortal Kombat, you want to play that game. I remember it. I have a memory. You remember? I was talking about memory, right? We're talking about memory, right? I'm a bitch.
Sega actually was allowing some of the blood, and that's why a lot of brothers like, "Oh, you got Super Nintendo."
The blood, but you needed the code ABACABB.
Super Nintendo's Mortal Kombat did not have blood at all ever. So Sega did have it, and a lot of brothers, and I get into it because they was like, it was, just like they got Xbox, PlayStation now, right? Back in the days, it was Sega versus Super Nintendo. And it's like, well, I got Mortal Kombat on Sega, and I go over their house, and then they got blood on their game, and then I go to my house, and it's the gray powder when you hit them. And you had to put that code in, like you say on Super Nintendo. I had to put that code in to get the blood. And even then, some of those fatalities were not in.
It was a different code for Super Nintendo. It was like the Super Nintendo. It was a different code for Super Nintendo. But I remember because that's when they integrated those buttons on top of the controller. You remember? Because the Nintendo 64 had integrated those buttons on top of the controller. You know what I'm saying?
Nintendo had the L and R too. Nintendo had the L and R, and the Sega, the original Genesis didn't have
those extra buttons on top, so it was like a little bit harder to do the blood But you had to remember that shit. That was based off memory. That's the reason why I don't believe that people are hooked up to primates. I don't think people are hooked up to primates. If people had to be hooked up to any type of form of memory, I would think it would be oceanic. I think our memory is hooked up more to the ocean more than I think our memory is long like the ocean, long and deep like the ocean. Pause.
Well, let me ask you then. Let me ask you this: if you're speaking on that, why am I asking you this? And I tell people this all the time because they always say, the missing link and all that, right? Because they say that the mammalian monkeys and all of that, the primates, they have a lot of the DNA that we have, but it's on like a certain amount of percentage that differs. But then we ask ourselves, because we as humans have self-awareness, have consciousness, we have opposable thumbs, and we like to think that we're the king of everything, right? Because we're the smartest on earth, as we say. But what I'm saying is that, do they have a soul then? So we start talking about souls. Like, do they have a soul? Do they have emotion? Do they really have that? I saw one monkey, which actually got me kind of thinking about it, because I saw one monkey, they had trained him up so good, they gave him an iPad and they had put him on like a dating app and on Instagram. And he was going down there looking at some of these Instagram models, and he was hitting like, and he was swiping and shit. And like the ugly ones, he didn't like them. And then the fine ones, he was hitting swipe. He was swiping. I said, man, did they train this monkey to do this? Like, that's crazy.
Well, here's the thing about, I don't know, when I say we derive from ape, maybe similar, but not. Because think about it. If humans derived from apes and we were that, then why is still ape? You understand what I'm saying?
Where was they evolutionary?
Because where in the evolutionary time does a more general take over, and we supposed to be the same, and they left the bad ones there. It's like, well, we left the dummies, and then the smarter humans that are 90% smarter, they're still here too.
Well, we keep off the Cro-Magnon. So the Cro-Magnons, there was other Homo sapiens, right? That was back in the day. So we killed those Cro-Magnons. Got killed off. Some of them, maybe they made it with some of the Homo sapiens that we have now, and they, we can look at the DNA and stuff of that. But like Cro-Magnons, why did they get killed out? Well, we the Homo sapiens of today, there are no more Cro-Magnons, and they were, did they have a soul, or did we just kill them off?
Well, also too, it's just like when it said, there were no giant people. They found their skeletons that were people who were taller than us. You know what I mean?
But you know what, Judge? There was also a group of black people, and to this day, there's actually a group of Asian people that, they have a larger lung base, and they can literally they can dive underwater. Their ears you remember now we pierce our ears. Not black people pierce their ears.
Right.
But before all that, we were doing it was signaling us our eardrums being able to pierce, because when they say that black people can't swim, that is one of the most modern day racist, craziest things in the world. We were actually some of the world's best swimmers. They told us because of our muscle mass we couldn't swim, but some of the fastest, best fish you see in the world having high density of muscle mass, the tuna, the shark, even the dolphin.
And also the lung capacity as well. And you just look at some of the tribes that are in Indonesia and some of those places where they are divers that can go down, naturally 3, 4, 5 minutes. You even have some in Africa. I saw some African women that was actually some that go down and get there's like some clams or something that they get, some indigenous clams.
No,
and those
African women, we talking about the fact. Men in general have we have a larger heart, we have larger lungs. So to talk about what the women could do, that's great, right? The feat that the women can do is great. But imagine what we as men were able to do. That's
right.
what those
women were taught by men. Those women were taught by men.
Well,
they try to scare us away from the ocean. Because let me tell you, black people, I see this shit in the Caribbean.
They can hold their breath for 6 minutes, and like literally, there was men that hold their breath for 6 minutes. Can you imagine? They show like in some areas where they didn't allow a certain type of fishing for the undersea vessel unless you were no scuba tank and no in there. And show those men holding their breath for 5 to 6 minutes. Doing
You have to be a free diver. You have to be a free diver. You have
Right.
to be.
free right. They say that's what it's called, free diving. Speaking of the term, free diving, where they say allow the harvesting of certain animals when they said, but it had to be free diving. And there was those people there that could manage to hold their breath 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And they said there was one dude that he could hold it at one time 10. Can you imagine 10 minutes underwater?
I was a lifeguard, bro. I was a lifeguard, and I had to get trained in that. And I went from 1 minute, and a lot of it is pressure things too, when you're going down deep. But I was at 1 minute, it killed my lungs. And then after a while, I got to the point where I could oxygenate my blood for 3 minutes. But at the same time, when you're doing stuff underneath the water, a lot of times you have to breathe out so that you have to equalize. So when you breathe out, you even though you're exhaling the carbon dioxide, you're still oxygenating your lungs while you're breathing out. So as you hold,
Let me ask you a question. How did these people do this without a hyperbolic chamber? Because what you're talking about, because what you end up getting is the bends.
Right. Depends. Like they showed
depends on how deep you want.
I've scuba dived, and I grew up in East North Carolina. I know about going deep in water. So, and if you ascend too fast, your lungs will expand too fast.
Yeah.
It's called the bend.
Anything under like 100 feet and more, and it just depends on yourself as well. Because anything over 100 feet, like even when you're like spear fishing, the amateurs, I typically 30 feet. That's as far as I'm gonna go because my head start hurting, and then I can't go no further. But you got some people that go down there and hold their breath, and then sit.
Especially the spearfin tuna fishers. Look like there's videos on YouTube of them, and they showed them like spearfin tuna fishers. They use no oxygen tank, and when they were showing them go down there, and like there was like one guy, he was showing the other guy like how to do it, and like he's like, I'm not very a good shot, so he said he shot the tuna. And then his friend ended up shooting him and killing him because he could never really get a good clean shot. There's plenty of videos on YouTube and they showed it. He's like, yeah, he's like, man, these people are good and they do all freehand.
Your eardrums have to be. I'm not saying I figured it out, but your eardrums have to be naturally pierced and then equalized.
Right.
Because not only their eardrums pierced, they're already equalized because. That pressure is they have a naturally pierced eardrum, it's equalized, and their lungs are expanded. They get down there, and their eyes are good. They can see underwater like a good. That's what they can see underwater.
If you realize how much muscle a tuna has, trust me, you don't want to meet a 200-pound tuna underwater, bro. I mean, like you weren't hit from that fish, you're dead.
And look, what I'm saying is like for the equalization. So this is what they teach you on free diving, right? When you take your last breath before you go down, you have to. When you get down, you have to blow. You have to blow your ears out because if you do not blow, then when you go down, that air you have not equalized with the pressure. You have to equalize. They have to blow. You have to blow your ears out before you go down. And because if you just take that breath in and you just trying to go down there, it's gonna bubble up. That pressure gonna bubble up. You have to blow it out to equalize your ears.
What they're telling you is this is what they're using. They're using terms, bro. What they're telling you is the pierce to pretty much what we call is below your eardrums. Niggas love loudspeakers and 12s and 15s and we do this shit anyway, right? So what they're telling you is the piercing it. What happens is you have to your inner eardrum is going to end up getting hardened. That salt from the ocean is going to get in there. It's going to harden your. It's like a snail almost, like that inner canal, that inner ear. It's going to harden it, and it's going to be able. So when it hardens, it'll be able to balance under that. Because it has to harden. Because there's no way you can take that pressure if it doesn't harden.
What I've learned as a lifeguard, it's experience, right? And then it's also just doing it over time. When you're going down, you have to have that inner ear discipline because you have to equalize yourself. You have to blow out. You have to blow. You hold your nose, blow. blow it out, and that way you equalize the pressure. But then sometimes people always have that inner ear problem where they will go down and then they come back up, and it's always that water that's stuck in your ear. Right? Some people can't stand that. They can't deal with it. Over time, you can learn how to do that, because once you equalize it, the water does not. You're at a neutral pressure to where the water does not suck back into your ear. And that's like, you can't be taught that. You have to go down there and do it yourself. You have to.
Because you can also have you'll have that pretty much. It becomes like a that swimming shit and inner ear problems and balance shit becomes a problem, because like people can end up getting vertigo if they don't end up learning how to balance it in real life. It's a balance to it. It's a real balance to it. What I'm saying is, human beings at one point were smart enough and intelligent enough to balance all that shit and make it happen. So I think we have more of an oceanic memory. What up, Judge? How you doing, fam? It's good to see you up here, Joe. But I just think we got a better oceanic memory than a mammal memory. I think mammal memory is very limited. The mammal memory is very limited.
You got that dog, man. The Haitians gonna come after you, man. You better watch that dog.
Hey, man, I'm in Ohio too. You got to realize that too. You like, see him get up and look like, yeah, don't worry, bro. We can go on.
Yeah, the mammal mind is limited, man. They gonna be oceanic, man. And them Haitians, they want to eat our damn dogs and cats, and they even eat people. Like, let's not talk about the fact that y'all remember just a couple of years ago. Everybody don't get the C19 brain, the hypoxic brain that can't handle holding their breath brain. Y'all remember when Haiti was going through its revolt, and the leader of Haiti had to flee and go to a whole nother place in this world, and they had a whole revolutionary revolt in Haiti about a couple of years ago, and they were in flip-flop shooting each other with guns that probably America gave them, and they were also eating each other. They were eating their enemies. They're taking the power from their enemies by eating them after they killed them.
Yeah, I mean, you got your boy Barbecue over there. He was leader of one of the biggest gangs, and he went online and, he told people how he does it. And, they call him Barbecue, that's the leader of that gang. And he was definitely on it. And, a lot of that is, it's fear, right? So it's like, yeah, you're going to fight me, but when we get you, we're going to not only kill you, but we're going to eat you. We're going to torture you, maybe even eat you alive. That puts fear in those other tribes that may have tried to overtop him. They're like, man, he gonna eat us. We might need to go and immigrate to America, man. We gonna eat some ducks over in America. We ain't trying to deal with barbecue.
Scaring my dog. He was all playful. You heard that? Look at him. He's like, what? You see him paying attention?
They eating dogs?
Look at him. Look at me. Look at him. And like, hey, man, you gonna protect me, bro?
Just hold up real quick. Like, basically, they were taking a bite out of crime.
What is that? McGruff crime dog? McGruff? Oh, McGruff?
Look at that, man. Why y'all scaring my dog like that, man? Look at him. He was all playful. Hey, man. Well, at least we got you on video. If you turn up missing, we can help you find you.
Kim, we got a smoke show. We talking about dogs. We didn't talk about sharks. We didn't talk about everything besides women, man, today. So, I mean, I don't know what
and that's not a virtue signal, We talk about what the fuck we want over here.
Exactly.
But that when people say that, they say that for people who say that kind of shit that don't actually watch.
Well, look at this.
So
get out of my dog, man. Look what y'all done did, man.
Keep your dog safe over there, man. Keep your dog safe, man.
We done talk about next level shit that they're not talking about, and because no one is talking about how. Because let me tell you something. I can pull up an article right now on how they're using sharks to treat Alzheimer's or Alzheimer's, right? Chicks, right?
Kev, can you please play that link again?
He said, "I'm out of here." You gotta scare my dog
Like,
off.
can you play
you know what the
play
most
that again?
blood is from the ocean that you can get right now? You know what the most expensive blood is?
Most expensive blood.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me check. Wait, let me give me a second. If I had to say, probably whale now because they stopped the whales.
Nope. Per quart, the horseshoe crab blood.
Horseshoe. Oh yeah. Well, that's because it's so.
It's the blue blood from the horseshoe crab. They use it for all kind of stuff. I think it's $13,000 per quart, my brother.
Well, the problem with the crabs though, they're starting to find out too. They're migrating more further north.
Kev, I want to prove my point.
To the ice back. So that's why it's probably going to be a shortage. They were saying that the crabs like the colder temperature, and they were saying like, cause remember they took that 1 year off from crabbing, and they were saying that where'd all the crab go, and they migrated to the north.
Just real quick.
I like to prove my point more. Share the screen, please, brother. I ain't trying to talk about y'all, but I want to share my point.
If possible, please replay that link.
But it was the same one from before.
Oh yeah, that shit is like, it's one of the hottest things out here right now.
Hey, that's a classic. Hey, that's a classic. I don't know if he's copyrighted that video, but man, that song, the way that he did it, man, that song is so funny. It's like for comedic and parody purposes. Man, that damn song is funny as hell, man. That was a good one right there, Dre. I like that one.
Which one?
The one with the Trump, where he said the Trump was eating the dog.
Oh, eat the cat. Eat the dog. Eat the cat. Now, I'm sorry, man. I'm not. You got my dog looking at me like, what?
Eat the dog.
Look, I started saying that. My dog looked at me like, huh? I'm singing
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets
Of the people that live there.
This is one thing I want to say about this whole situation. Look, man, no dogs over here, bro. No
cats.
dog tapping your like I heard.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
Get my damn dog away.
Of the people that live there.
Oh
They're eating
man.
the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
All
In
right.
Springfield.
Look at you scare my dog, Kevin, man.
Oh no.
Kev, you gotta play the end of that video.
Field.
The Paso part is the best
People
part.
that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating.
Dog.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
Yo, but this shit is scarier than the AS.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV.
You know what I'm saying? The SPCA can put out an ASPCA, whatever they call themselves. They can put out a Save the Dogs commercial, and that shit was nowhere near as effective as what
Oh yeah,
that
well,
Trump just did.
there was a person who worked at the animal. Now, see, this is the thing they talking about. We don't have no proof of it. Well, then why the fuck was Channel 4 News showing it? If it made the Channel 4 News, why the fuck y'all wasn't showing? No, well, we don't. It made Channel 4 News. Channel 4 News showed. I said, now, if the local news wrote, we don't see no story. But that just, I hate to say, that just goes to show you realize if Kamala gets in office and they get in this, I'm gonna let you know as black people, because I don't know about y'all know I just won a case too against a female because they tried to get me thrown in jail. But if y'all, you better, I caught a case. That's a female. I caught a case about 3 months ago. I had to go to court twice. Literally, they was trying to get me for a felonious assault on a female. After she attacked me, and the white cop said, I even got the paperwork. I can even show it online. White cop said, well, we don't have to put charges on her. It doesn't matter that she attacked 2 people before me, and they said it doesn't matter that she did that. We don't have to put charges on her if we don't want to. And I said, what? I said, you realize I've been living in this city for 46 years. I said, this woman's moved in this city for 46 days.
Oh, TMI, man.
But I'm just saying, if you realize if this shit goes on, you realize as people, you just better shut the fuck up when it comes to anything, because these motherfuckers are out for blood. And after I won the case, that's a female. Listen, they out for blood. After I won the case, this is what they said. The inspectors every they brought the APL down on me. They was like, well, he's molesting his dog, or he's not treating his dog right. I'm like, what? They brought the city inspectors, and the city inspector told me, oh yeah, man, they told us to fuck with you and all. I said, do you realize they're making me spend over, they're doing this, and the company I work for, because they said, well, he works for this company. They want all our houses here in Cleveland Heights, they got them under radar. Basically, any fucking violation, like, they want it fixed. Like, literally, we're going to spend in the next couple months over $30K just on bullshit that's got to be fixed now on a house. I'm like, how the fuck you just pick 2 houses off the street? You can't just do that. You need to do them all. No, these 2 houses on the radar, so we making y'all make sure it ain't not one violation, and we want to come inside and do an inside inspection. I'm like, these houses ain't for sale. What the fuck you coming in for? Well, we can do that. So I go to show when you piss off the wrong type of people, and it's like, well, the women, I said, you couldn't get me with that. And what's so bad? Our prosecutor's a female too, for Cleveland Heights.
You talking about city? When you talking about city,
that's a female. Yes, it's city.
You know what time it is? When it's city, and like you said, especially with the ADAs and the DA, especially if the DA is a female.
Now you want to hear something back? The city inspectors didn't do. The city inspectors were men that they came out. Now the 2 people from the APL came out. It's like, well, what the fuck is going on? Why all of a sudden she's like, yeah, see, you got these people, these people. I'm like, oh, here you go. Here's the female right here. Here are the text messages. I gave her my hand on my phone. I said, read the text message. He said she was blackmailing me with that. She looked at the text messages. Hold on. Wait. The female from the APL took my phone. She started scrolling through the text message. She said, oh, this is bullshit. Fuck this claim.
When I say they're eating the cat, I think that has triggered in the minds of society to eat pussy again. I think eating pussy.
But listen, what I'm trying to say is this: the females were the only ones that realized, oh, she's trying to weaponize. She said that the female, this white woman said, she's trying to weaponize the state services against you. Fuck that bullshit. She said, matter of fact, this is what she did. This is her. She said, we just put a warrant out for her arrest. Now she said, you want to play us like that? I'll play her. And now the other people, other departments, they didn't really give a fuck. But like literally, they do weaponize. Once you piss somebody off and they can't get you, oh well, you can take a plea. I'm like, no, the motherfucker, we gonna go to court. We gonna fight this in court. Oh well, but I'm like, well, now y'all can't get in touch with her.
That's what they expect you not to do,
they
brother.
They can't after the court case.
Well, I'll show the paperwork. I'll send it to Kevin that way.
No, Judge, I agree with you. But these
I sent him the paperwork so you can see when they said like how they did. He's like, wait a minute, you still want to bring charges up on me, but you can't find the so-called victim?
Man, they want that cat. They want that cat ate after the court case.
And I'm like,
did eat the cat?
But listen to this. They put you on a hold, a hiatus. They were talking about I couldn't enter my own property for 2 months. Like literally, like they make it like that where if they, I mean, it's strong. Anything about what? Don't cry. They're not gonna eat no dogs. Okay, no. They was just playing the song. Come here. You hear them crying? You done scared the shit out of my dog now.
We have triggered your dog. We've triggered your dog.
No, they're not eating no dogs. Okay, they don't have to worry about that. Okay.
God damn, man.
I've been on a protest of eating cat for a while though, man, because I ain't been eating no pussy. I've been on a protest. Real shit. I've been on a protest. I have not, and I have just been giving women dick. I have not been eating pussy. Like ever since, let me tell you something. I have not ate pussy since I got divorced, my nigga, and that's been like.
Okay, you done scared my damn dog.
It's been a while, my nigga. I haven't ate pussy.
Come on,
in so long. I ain't ate a cat. Eating the cat. Oh. I ain't ate no cat in a long time.
And I used to love me the shit. I hate to say something though. If you realize if Kamala Harris gets in office, you better shut the fuck up and never get into an argument. Because I wouldn't be surprised.
These women ain't making me eat no cat.
No, but I'm saying no. They get thrown in jail for 20 days just for something minor. Because I mean, think about it. Technically, if they did a study, 60% of men aren't even pursuing women or dating women. But they keep saying that all these crimes are going up. How is 60% of men ain't even talking to y'all? So basically,
you know what they're using, Judge? They're using the 20 or whatever other small percentage and say that's enough.
Right. And I'm like,
I want to boycott.
Man ain't paying no attention to y'all. Like literally, like I got like my dude next door. He was sitting up there. He vouched for me on the whole situation. He was one of my witnesses. He's like, man, he's only 28. He said, I'm 28 years old. He said, man, I don't even try to fuck none of these bros. They too damn crazy.
That's the reason why there's so many lesbians. Because the only person eating pussy now is women. Because men ain't.
They say they eat pussy better than men.
Yes, no. If I don't give a damn, I ain't even know. See, but the men were still eating pussy at one point. See, our woman would much rather. But men were eating pussy at one point. I think men ain't. We stopped eating cat because we boycotting eating cat. We ain't no more.
I hate to say something like I've gone it like this. I just paid for something because I mean, like just the chick that actually came over that put the case on me. She actually came and slept in my bed. Now, I never fucked her, but she did come to sleep in my bed. And like one of her people say, well, wait a minute, why the fuck you keep going over to this nigga's house getting in his bed if you don't want to get this shit up? You know what I mean? Like what?
But see, that part there, and see, if you say that, then that makes it a domestic thing. Because like, she stayed at your house for one night?
No, she actually lived next door to me. But like literally, she used to come like literally, like it was even my friend was talking about, well, he's like, oh yeah. Because even she was saying, because she was sitting there with her girl, she's like, oh no, he got 2 white women in his bed right now. I'm like,
if a woman living with you, they automatically assume you eating her cat.
The law in Texas now, and it changed, brother.
Yeah, they told now another chick was there with me. She was the one who got the bullshit put on. She was a white chick too. So this is a third white woman. Now I had fucked her a couple times before I let her move in, but so I let her come stay with me. She was paying me rent, all like that. And one of the things they said, oh, well, if you let her stay here, she can come and bust all your windows out the house and we won't do nothing. And I'm like, bro, you sitting there saying that shit in front of her? I'm like, what the fuck you telling this bitch to destroy my house? She was a white woman. She sat on the porch and called all black people all type of niggers all day and all that shit. They didn't do shit.
They don't matter. And see, in Texas, they used to have it to where it was like 3 days, right? They said if the woman stayed at your house for 3 days, then she's a resident and you have to evict her. Mm-hmm. So now they have changed it now. I talked to the damn sheriff. The sheriff was like, man, it's worse. He said, man, if you let a woman stay in your house for 1 day,
one day, this is how I got her out of my house. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how I got her out. This is how I got her out in my house. I had to get my house condemned. To get the best way to get them out of your house, like I found out, this is how you get a person out of your house cheap and easily. First thing you do is you in any suburb, won't work in the inner city, but if you're in a suburb, right? Let your electricity get cut off.
No, cut the water off.
No. Do not cut the water off because they board the house up. Let your electricity get cut off because it's what I did. I let my electricity get cut off. So once they come out, they'll say, house is uninhabitable because electricity is off. Do not get the water cut off. Let the electric, because the electric company will come out and cut your shit off for like one payment. So all you got to do, this is how you get rid of them. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to show you the notice that was on my door. They put a big old thing on the window. I had to scrape it off. You can still see parts of it on my window now. Where I'll even show you that. They said, reason for notice to vacate. No electricity. So and that's the beautiful thing about the electricity is they don't have to come and inspect anything else. So you let the electricity get cut off. And then the first thing you do is have somebody call the city and say, ain't no electricity on at that house. So what you have to do is this. When they do that, they'll do first thing they'll do is they're going to let her get a spot. They put her in like a shelter. And they're like, well, all you got to do is stay here 3 days and we'll give you a free place to stay. And I go to show for women. I'm like, but what about me? Oh, no, we don't do that for men. So I'm like, so wait a minute, bro. I just wanted to see what they give me one too. I really didn't care. So I'm like, oh, I'm just in dire need. I can't afford to pay the bill. I let it get cut off. They put the notice up on the door. They talk about, no, you cannot sleep here. And I'm like, now the beautiful thing is that kicks everybody out. Nobody can be in the house. And I let it stay off I let the electricity stay off for 28 days. And on the 28th day, that's when I called and turned it back on. Because you know, with the digital meters, they just cut it back on like the next day.
With squatters,
that's the only way you can listen. That's the only way you can do it.
I had 2 houses at one point, and one of my houses had some people that wasn't paying their rent, so they were squatting. And I did what you just said. However, I didn't want my lights to be affected because I had lights at 2 different areas, and I don't want, I like to keep my credit good.
Well, so you can cut it off for less than 30 days. What you do is just don't pay that bill. What
I did was I just went back and I put a lock. I cut everything off.
I can't do that.
I put the lock on there, and then I also cut the water off myself. I didn't call the people, and then they left because they don't have water.
The problem is this, though. You got to be careful. If you do it like that and you cut the water off yourself without them cutting it off, that's actually against the law too, because you can't cut it off yourself. But it's nothing in the law saying that it can't be cut off for non-payment. And see, that's the reason why, because they asked me at first, wait a minute, you called and cut the lights off? I'm like, no, I'm broke. Here's the money right here. So I didn't pay the bill. I don't have it. That's when they said, because they said, you realize, sir, if you cut the lights off without permission, we can take you to jail. So they was going to arrest me right that day.
You saying all right?
All right, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, like you hear me saying all right? I said all right.
I didn't hear you.
All right. Final statements. I'm about to go to sleep.
You ain't allowed to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You about to go eat a dog. You know you're not about to go to sleep.
Yeah, I am actually.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta chase the money. We gotta chase the money.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Night, everyone.
All right. We
good night.
Yeah, man. For sure. I appreciate you having me up, man. Like I said earlier, hey, man, the numbers game, you know what I'm saying? I don't play it, bro. Like I said, I got numbers go up, go down. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I got to do, and the numbers be damn. You know what I'm saying? The longer as the people that I rock with, they come through and they enjoy the content that I do, I will keep rolling with it. And the hell with numbers, they're going to come, they're going to go. And that's just what it is, man. So salute to you, man. I appreciate you letting me have. Appreciate you even putting the smoke show together for the night. And, man, I appreciate everybody coming up, man, for the night, man. And you know what? Man, salute, man. 1,000.
Word.
Eat the cat. Yeah, eat the cat. I'm sorry.
No. Like that.
Yeah,
that
2 white girls speak.
That was the best remix that I seen. I like the
rap one better. I like the rap one better. Eat the cat when they were like eating the dog, eating the cat. Yeah, eat the cat. Yeah, eat the cat.
No.
That one better.
Nah, that wasn't it. that one that I was asking to get played. Like that's the best one. It's the best one, man.
Look at that. My dog won't even come to me now. We're talking about that shit. It's like the dog realized. that nigga normally don't want to get out of bed with me. He's sleeping in his own bed today. He said, fuck that shit. All right.
Yeah. There's always I appreciate you, Kev, and yeah, appreciate people coming up.
Word, word. All right. Appreciate y'all for coming by. Really, that whole speech from earlier, my monologue was just basically to say that, you know, despite things might be looking a little down, um, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on doing this. I wouldn't give up on the people who watch on a consistent basis, and you know, shoot, I'm not like I said, I'm not giving up on you guys. But for those people, who would mention such and who would mention that, if my channel is dead, you know, why am I still on your mind?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
so
got love for you, Kevin. We appreciate it. Like I
yeah,
said,
yeah. I mean, I'm not looking for pity on this. I mean, I know I got to work harder.
we
It is what it is. I do appreciate the appreciation and everything.
we
So
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate that, but just got to work a little harder. Just got to come up with some new and better ideas, and just take some accountability for myself. That's what it is, man. And I mean, like that. I mean, it's
I agree.
that's the for me. That's the path to go. So that's it for me. That's it for this show. Another Smoke Show Sunday. Join me sometime this week where I will be talking about the scandal mentality. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you. Long live the habitual line steppers. Till the next time, folks. Peace.